Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. Yeah.
I find this interesting. So what is the temperature on him? Are people mad?
No,
I can't tell.
What people
can't tell.
I can't tell.
People are not mad.
There are definitely people who are mad, Alvin.
There are people who are mad, but there are people who are mad about everything, right? When I say temperature,
Sure.
I'm saying
It's
about
not
like
much.
I'm saying the majority. Like I'm saying people who are like mad about everything in like a
Being
race
mad
and
again.
gender space, being like, oh man, he's killing the marketing. Like,
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, the people who are always mad are like, I don't know. Yeah, I also maybe just for context, let me pull up a video because I feel like I don't understand what exactly he's doing because like he's got this stylist Taylor McNeil who's like putting him all in like 1990s.
he's
early
in Bapes,
2000s,
bro.
kind of like
He's wearing fucking
Right.
Bapes.
Jabos and shit. Like, where'd you even find those? Like, how are you even able to find that brand again? But it's like, but they're creating this persona, bringing back his like wigger persona, but they're using it to drum up ticket sales for a movie that's about like a Jewish ping pong athlete in like 1920. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, why is this like in this UK drill song? He's like, his line is like, yeah, it's Marty Supreme, and it's like, which is the name of the Jewish ping pong movie that he's in. I just
nothing to do with
what
that.
is
Like,
this?
this nigga,
I mean,
what's going on?
it's. I did not know he was coming out with a Jewish ping pong movie until you just said that. So it works. You know what I'm saying? It probably could have been Oscar bait
It's
instead.
just spaghetti.
But the memes are the currency of attention, the modern attention
Like
economy.
the Schweppes shit. True.
Yeah. So it's like whatever you can do to get people to pay attention, especially if it's for like not infamous, if it's not like old girl and like I have good genes, like quasi white supremacist.
Yeah. Because I feel like
eugenics shit.
you know what? I think what might have happened is that Sydney Sweeney's version of racism may have now inadvertently made Black appropriation Chet Hanks style existence progressive. I think that's what's actually happening. I think that's bad.
that is a good take.
Because I honestly think that Timothy Chalamet doing this shit like 5 years ago would have been absurd.
No,
I
it wouldn't.
think
Because they've been doing this shit.
You don't think so?
since Milli Vanilli. I mean, like, bro, like this has been around. Like,
No. But Milli
That's my
Vanilli is
point.
Milli Vanilli.
So I think it's different, right? I think
Do you mean
Sydney
Vanilla
Sweeney
Ice?
is different.
there's a Milli Vanilli and Vanilla Ice, whatever.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I think there's a stark difference between all three of those examples, between Sydney Sweeney, between a Chet Hanks doing like a black scent, and then like a white person doing that kind of stuff. I think that what Chalamet is doing, to Josh's point, regardless of the example, let's not get caught up on that one, is something that is so ingrained in American culture that like people kind of look at that a little bit differently, right? The blue-eyed soul kind of situation. The fact that starting probably in, like from a mainstream perspective, like in the early 1900s, like white people would steal black people's music. They would steal their style, going back from Elvis, going back to, the Rolling Stones stealing all of Howlin' Wolf shit, going back to Vanilla Ice, going back to Eminem's like roots and all this kind of stuff. I think that a white person wearing some baggy jeans and rapping when they're like from fucking France or what the fuck ever and grew up in Connecticut is kind of just like, okay, that's America. Like people appropriate black culture. People do that shit from that perspective. We are American culture, that kind of shit. I think that it's so old hat that's why people are saying like, a white boy doing nigga shit, like whatever. Like white boys have that face. R&B, like Timberlake, Bruno Mars.
I feel where y'all are coming from, but the like time and culture and what is socially acceptable are in units of time that are smaller than what y'all are talking about. Y'all might have other examples, so I'd be curious. But talking about something from the 90s or 1910s, I'm talking about the way what culture finds acceptable fluctuates in 5 years. Yeah, because he brought up.
Like, okay, I got you. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I was. that's on me. That's on me. My bad. I do realize you.
But the idea is like what is acceptable. The Overton window changes in much smaller units. So my main thing, which y'all might have other examples for, is just would Timothy Chalamet in 2020 specifically, not in 1980, not in 1990, not in 2002, in 2020, would this be acceptable for a white actor in a film of this caliber? And if so, what are y'all examples?
I don't have an example, but I can tell you. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead, FD.
Well, I think that's kind of what makes it a thing, though, is that it's so novel. I don't think we've ever had a A-list white actor so.
I think Timberlake got close.
Eagerly,
he's like C-list, but yeah.
Timberlake wasn't like Chalamet.
He's mainstream though.
Yeah, he was mainstream, but Chalamet is and that's the thing. Timberlake came on right as a boy band guy. He got the boy band thing was already in the mold of New Edition, you know what I'm saying, etc. Versus Chalamet came on as like a hipster, heartthrob. Was it woobie? I think is the term that people use.
Is that a new word? What is that one? Woobie?
It's like in the girl fandom area. It's like a woobie and something else. Somebody in the chat is gonna help me out there. It's like a woobie, which is like a soft boy sex symbol type of term.
Gotcha. Which is kind of like Elordi vibes. Jacob Elordi from Euphoria, Nate from Euphoria.
Yes. Also, like Leonardo DiCaprio was probably one of the first people, right?
Straight white boy twinks.
Yeah. Yes. That's essentially what it is. And so,
but anyway,
so to have that. To have that,
I like when we just started making a list. Shout out to Johnny. Yeah, we just went down. Young Brad Pitt, like
to have that suddenly go into like 2000s era hip hop is very novel. And then what it is that, and then when you find out that this is relatively genuine for him, and that's one thing I think is
that thing that makes it
important to point out is
what
that
is genuine,
genuine in that it's not like, so I don't think Timberlake genuinely had as much love for hip hop and like whatever as he showed during that era. And I don't think like 50% of the people that end up in that spot don't really have it.
The Miley Cyruses, the Justin Bieber,
Miley Cyrus, right?
You know,
that's not really genuine. Like Vanilla Ice, ironically, is one of the few from the like earlier
Marky
eras.
Mark.
Marky Mark didn't, but Vanilla Ice did. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, when you show videos of him when I think this is when he's like 13 doing the Soulja Boy dance.
We found me a hit.
This is him rapping to his webcam.
Homeland, which turned into Domeland. Me and I'm getting dome on a daily. Timmy Tim, the next Slim Shady.
Yep. Okay. Yep. We understood.
Yep, that is enough of that. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
I think though, to my point, it feels like they knew that they couldn't market him like that, so they hid all of that shit, which I think is to my point. That yes, he was a wigger to begin with, and they said, "Cool, we got to call him by his name, so we're not gonna do none of that shit no more. We're putting him in twink movies, so we're gonna pretend like he doesn't do that." And then now they brought it back out.
I don't think. Okay, so I know like there was I know there was a lot of like comments in the chat that was like, "Yo, it's not that deep. I hate them niggas like that," but I genuinely don't think with him specifically, it's that deep. What Eddie, the point that you're trying to make, because I do, and like Eddie said, I do think that he genuinely does enjoy rap music, black culture, just like a lot of other white
everybody
boys.
Does.
Like
every single person on the planet does. That doesn't.
Like, and everyone has like rap dreams. Everyone wants to be a rapper. Like everyone engaged in it. And
there has to. No, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
No, because it's like everyone engaged in it, but I don't think he has like any like. He's not trying to actually like take credit for something that he did not invent. That's the main thing. Is an intention behind it. I don't think he's trying to do any of that. It's just shit that I've done in the past, shit that I like to do. And just like a couple months ago, when he was on like ESPN, like he was doing commentary and niggas weren't familiar that he was so knowledgeable about football. And he became one of the bros, and no one had a problem with that. Now we're just kind of doing something similar with this whole rap thing, but since it's black culture that could be potentially being appropriated, now like the magnifying glass is on it. So I just don't think he is a
There's two issues that I have with that. The first,
ill intent.
Sorry. Did you? I want
to. That was it. I just don't think he has necessarily like ill intent with it, and like his,
Yeah, I don't think he has a. But one thing to point out though is that the lack of ill intent for white folks doing black things does not preclude the necessity of critique.
Yes.
Checking you out.
Like I think it's totally irrelevant.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't think it's irrelevant. I don't think it's irrelevant.
I think it's large because who's coming in going. Let me make 2 points. It's going
to
No, because we're going. I feel like we have this. Like when we say something is genuine, or it's not coming from a place of malice, that to me feels like talking about a point that isn't even part of anything. It's like, does this cause harm? That's the first and foremost point I think that should always be made in any conversation about anything. And then the intent is after the fact is like, yeah, nobody enters into anything going, ooh, I'd love to do something villainous. Maybe Dave Chappelle, but like for the most part, nobody does that. We go, I want to do something. I like rap music, and something else has happened. But before your disagreement, Alvin, I'll just make the 2 points that I was going to make before, which is just that I think my big criticism of this, which isn't even that big, it's just I happen to be on this side of this conversation, isn't that Timothy Chalamet is doing a bad thing. Like, my point is more so it's interesting that it's being allowed in a way that I think wouldn't have been, which I think is the whole point behind any conversation around cultural appropriation. It's not about like whether or not you actually like rap music. It's why are you being put forward as some particularly interesting thing for just being white and having a mediocre understanding of Black culture. That's what the cultural appropriation issue has always been.
So my take is, I think that because we are consistently going to be in a more global space, the internet is what it is. And I think the internet in and of itself, to your earlier point, using your earlier reference, changes the Overton window significantly, even from that perspective. I think that we need to consistently evaluate that Overton window in the terms of cultural appreciation. And I think that has to look a certain way. I think people have to have that space in order for us to be able to coexist in any sort of situation. But I do agree that you have to put that in the situation of whether or not something does harm. And I would say that this doesn't rise to the point where it's harmful. And then I will say that the reason why people say this is interesting is not because, it's no. I think a lot of it is because it came so out of left field. To your earlier point, this nigga's rapping in fucking, mid 2000s like hip hop streetwear about a fucking ping pong movie because he's like, this is where I'm reaching my people. I think people are talking about this particularly because of the absurdity of it. Yeah. And not for any other reason other than that.
That's crazy.
But and I do think that we have to
say 24, baby. Come on.
Yeah, I do think we have to put stuff in the context that you said. Like, does this do harm? Which is more of a thing for intent. But I don't think this rises to that. And in terms of whether or not this is something that would have been allowed in any given point, I think yes. The answer is yes. I think the fact that I think that's if that's the conversation you want to have. I think that was what we tried to talk about in the beginning. It's happened consistently.
So allowed may not be the right word, though. I think maybe the essence of what Eddie's getting at is how much critique with the response he's getting is different than the response that I'm vanilla baby. I'm no killer baby.
Oh, Jack
Harlow.
Jack Harlow got so much heat as soon as he came on the scene as a prominent figure in hip hop a couple of years ago. Okay. And Chalamet's not getting the same energy. And it's partially because the novelty for what Jack Harlow's doing is not the same. Partly because Jack Harlow was trying to be taken seriously as like a rapper.
And he entered directly into Black culture, not
right.
And sidestep from white back to Black or something.
Yeah, and I think people felt the intrusion with Jack Harlow. Whereas with Chalamet, it just feels more like this A-list actor, hipster, would-be kid wants to be more of himself. And by the way, himself is like a 2007 Soulja Boy super fan. You know what I'm saying? And like you can't help but kind of like chuckle at the absurdity.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's kind of cringy. Like, it's kind of lame. Like, I honestly, that whole DJ Esther Kid or that Esther Kid shit, I thought that was the corniest shit ever. When he was like,
"Oh, really?
So Timothy Chalamet, you DJ Esther, you Esther Kid, tell the people who want to know." What will be revealed? I thought that was the corniest shit ever. But I ain't gonna hold you. That song is not bad. I mean,
I was gonna say,
I was like, all right, this actually ain't terrible.
Oh, shit, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't do a bad job.
Still sipping dirty. Still putting work in. Let's go. That's still working. You know, jerking.
I know this is awful.
I
love it.
Oh, it's absolutely awful.
100 million, girl got $1 billion. What the fuck? What a wonderful feeling. Hit to the ceiling, hit to the since 2017. I'm living the dream, getting the cream. I'm living on theme. I'm doing the thing.
It got better.
And that's the part that I've been.
It's Marty Supreme. It's Marty Supreme.
Yeah, right.
I'm Ryan Reynolds and Rexon. I'm having fun, just sexting. My dick is young and restless. When they say
My dick is young and restless.
Young and restless.
Love that line.
So this does not rise to the level of like flaming him over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's two good bars
with another white
in a
rapper.
16 with another white rapper from England. That
Allow it, bro.
I'll allow.
We allow it.
I'll allow.
Let's go.
Marty,
10 pound from the man them from across the pond.
But think about it, right? FD is now Googling Marty Supreme.
That's what I'm saying. Look, it's a great look. Look, Taylor McNeil, you've done your job. You've styled him. She styled him impeccably. It's kind of crazy how good of a job she's done at tapping into the thing that she's borrowing from. So
actually, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
very well done.
It's like there's so much more worse rap that's coming out than what the fuck we just saw. And I mean, hey, it's not the best at all.
My dick is young and reckless.
Y'all ever hear the 6-7 song like all the way through?
Oh my god!
I know nothing about other than the phrase, but I didn't know it was a song.
It came from like I think it's Philadelphia drill scene rapper. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, but it's so horrible. Like it's interesting, but like lyrically,
bring that up.
It's such a weird badness that I understand why it managed to become immortalized as a meme for like 7-year-old white kids who don't realize that 6-7 is connected to like a murder scene.
That sounds. I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a code for like finding a dead body.
Yeah, that took on a whole nother life.
Right,
whole nother life.
Yeah, it's and that's the nature. Bringing it full circle. That's the nature of black art. Our shit is magic. Like I love the sinners like using that metaphorical framework for black art. Like our shit is legitimately magic. We
transcends time.
We transcend time and space. Ain't no telling what they gonna do with it when they get it. So you gonna make a random ass song about murder, and it's gonna become such a big social phenomenon that like
sixth graders
amongst like 4th to 8th graders. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah.
You never know. But yeah, shout out to Marty Supreme in theaters January 22nd from A24. One of the Safdie brothers.
Out with the promo, the free promo like that.
Yeah.
Free promo.
We're not even sponsored yet.
I don't know what makes y'all think it's free. I don't know what made y'all think it was free. You know what I mean?
Oh, so Josh, we just not getting paid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
This shit I'm talking about right here. We need the accounting, buddy. We need the accounting.
Flex, now I'm flexing. Got count corp and I checking. Got model bitches and pecking. I'm Ryan Reynolds and Rexon. I'm having fun, just sexting. My dick is young and restless. When they say I'm too senseless, I